The world is on the brink of understanding just how many level 1 autistic adults are in our families and communities, many of them parents of autistics, due to the reality that autism has a genetic component. And many level 1 autistic adults are also ADHD, as are many of their non-autistic family members. If you are a psychologist, therapist, social worker, clergy member, coach, or domestic violence professional, and you've come to realize just how many of your clients are either level 1 autistics themselves or family members of level 1 autistics, and you're left wondering how to provide meaningful service to this vast and vastly underserved population, my programs provide answers. I'm Anne McMillan from R.E.A.L Neurodiverse. I was born into a neurodiverse family, but back in the 1970s and 80s, no one understood level 1 autism, and I had no idea that my brain perceived and navigated the social world differently than many of my family members' brains. And then, without knowing it, I married a level 1 autistic man. Most likely because the neurodiverse interaction patterns were familiar to me from my childhood. It turns out that this is the life story of many people who belong to neurodiverse families, and that neurodiversity spans multiple generations and is very common. Right now, you may already have many clients in the position that I was in for many years. I've spent a lot of years in deep confusion. And now, 50 years later, I finally feel that I have some answers. The R.E.A.L Neurodiverse Family Systems practical 10-step approach offers you and your practice everything you need to begin offering this highly underserved and seeking population the support and services that actually have a chance of helping. First, by cutting through the confusion of neurodiverse relationship dynamics through education, and then by focusing on practical relationship solutions. My journey out of confusion included a master's in psychology from Harvard University, where I did some of the world's first quantitative research on autism and intimate life partnerships, receiving the Director's Thesis Award for my work. My journey out of confusion included studying developmental psychology as a young undergrad, and then applying what I learned to the neurodiverse family I inadvertently created as an adult. Altogether, I have over 50 years of personal life experience in neurodiverse family systems, over 20 years of personal life experience in a neurodiverse intimate life partnership, and then I started my own private practice supporting adults in neurodiverse relationships in 2017. I started my private practice because I realized at the time that there were no adequate services available to support level 1 autistics as adults and their families. Over and over again, my family members and I would seek professional services, only to get answers that had been developed without any knowledge of neurodiversity, answers that were often developed by neurotypicals who also believed that we were neurotypical. Most often, the services we received did little to nothing to alleviate our confusion and improve our lives. So, when you see a need, fill a need. That's what I've worked to do. And that's what brings me here to this cutting edge of psychology. I'll admit, when I started my practice in 2017, I wasn't actually sure that I'd be able to find any solutions that would help my clients. I well understood from personal life experience how complex and difficult the problems my autistic and non-autistic clients were facing in their close neurodiverse relationships. But, as a surprise to myself, I found success. And now I have translated all of my life experience, education, and professional success into practical programs professionals can use to support neurodiverse families across the world. My programs begin with a 20-section credentialing offering, preparing you and your staff to comprehend for yourselves why it is that your adult clients are presenting with the challenges you see in your clinics. You and your staff get access to over 200 brief, entertaining, and professional credentialing videos jam-packed with information that will help you make sense of neurodiverse family systems. And then, once you and your staff members receive your credential and you understand neurodiverse family systems, you and your staff are given access to programs that will help you walk your clients through my sequential 10-step approach, beginning with an educational component, offering your adult clients the same information that you just learned, and then adding resources and quantitative assessments that drive understanding and self-insight to help your clients make practical decisions to improve their lives. My team administers the programs through the Unitas TI therapy and education platform, a cloud-based service that offers practice management features such as session notes and service codes for billing purposes, easily generated narrative and data-driven clinical reports, calendars, extensive client files, and more. Everything you need to get your neurodiverse adult service practice running efficiently and smoothly, and to keep it that way, alongside 200 plus educational videos that become available to your clients with relevant support questions to help them make sense out of their lives. I present over 15 quantitative scales to help build self-awareness and measure progress over time. And I define 4 common cycles and over 15 roles common to neurodiverse family systems, as well as how the different roles, individual and systemic functions, affect individuals and their family systems as a whole. And finally, I offer complementary yet contrasting developmental models for autistics and non-autistics that you can use to support your clients in understanding their own developmental trajectories based on their individual neurologies, all with practical resources that you can pull out in a hurry. Neurodiversity is at the cutting edge of psychology. All around us in our communities are neurodivergents and their families who are as desperate for solutions and answers as I once was. I well understand that neurodiverse communication and neurodiverse family systems are very complex, and that one primary reason why professionals haven't offered adequate services in the past is the reality that the professionals are just as confused, maybe even more confused, than the neurodiverse family members themselves. We need to do more for neurodiverse families than just offering diagnoses. An autism or ADHD diagnosis doesn't help neurodivergents understand how their different brains are affecting their lives and their relationships. Autism affects social relationships. Marriage and life partnerships are social relationships. And many level 1 autistics and their spouses had no idea that neurodiversity even existed at the time that they tied the knot. Parenting is also a social relationship, and the neurology of the parent and the child affect parenting styles and decisions, and ultimately, child development. R.E.A.L Neurodiverse offers level 1 neurodivergent adults and their families the services that they need to navigate the social challenges that are having major impacts on their daily lives. If you work primarily with couples, R.E.A.L Neurodiverse offers intimate life partnership programs. If you work specifically with adults managing neurodiverse family conflict, we offer a general neurodiverse family systems program. And if your clients are wondering how their neurodiversity is affecting their parenting or their partner's parenting, R.E.A.L offers programs for parents. My 10-step approach supports individuals as they navigate the important decisions that they need to make, with the objective of helping individuals find the most healthy and family-affirming solution possible, considering their realistic circumstances, offering support resources and quantitative assessments all along the way, all to support personal growth, greater self-awareness, and practical answers to complex questions. This is the cutting edge of psychology. My hope is that you will bring your experience and your great expertise in the form of feedback and suggestions that will continue to mold this model and that will contribute to this field so that members of neurodiverse families can finally get the support that they need and deserve. I offer my foundational theory of what is happening in neurodiverse families based on my education and life experience and my own private practice, as well as how to practically support level 1 autistic adults and their neurodiverse and neurotypical family members as they work to improve their own quality of life so that we can begin gathering better and more theoretically based data and establish evidence-based solutions that will actually work. Please reach out to me or my Unitas TI support team for a demo. You can find the link in the description or visit my website at realneurodiverse.com. I'm Anne McMillan from R.E.A.L Neurodiverse.